Long ago, in a small African village called Riverstone, there were twin sisters named Mary and Martha. They were so alike in face and body that even their own mother sometimes mixed them up. Their skin was the color of polished bronze, their eyes deep like the evening river, and their laughter carried across the hills like a songbird's melody. From the day they were born, the people of Riverstone whispered that the twins were a blessing from the gods. In the market, old women would say, "These girls will bring honor to their family. Mark my words." They were kind, respectful, and hardworking. But there was one difference between them. Mary was gentle and shy like a dove, while Martha was bold and fearless like the village drumbeat. Years passed, and the twins grew into beautiful young women. Many suitors came to the family compound with gifts of yam, beads, and palm wine, each hoping to marry one of them. But the sisters would always smile politely and refuse. They had promised their mother that they would marry only when they truly found love. One hot afternoon, when the harmattan wind was just beginning to blow, a stranger came to Riverstone. His name was Daniel. He was tall, with skin dark and smooth like roasted groundnuts, and his eyes had a calm strength that made people feel safe. Daniel had come from a faraway land to trade cowrie shells and fine cloth. The first time Mary saw him was at the village stream. She was washing clothes, her feet deep in the cool water, when Daniel came to fill his calabash. He greeted her politely, and though she answered with her usual shy voice, her heart beat like a talking drum. That evening, as the sun painted the sky orange, Martha also met Daniel. She had gone to the market to sell fresh pepper, and Daniel was there buying plantain. He smiled at her, and she smiled back without shame. They spoke like they had known each other for years. And so it began. Daniel came to the twins' family compound often. Sometimes he sat under the mango tree talking to their father. Sometimes he helped their mother carry firewood. But most of the time, he sat with the twins, telling stories, sharing laughter, and listening to them sing. It did not take long for the villagers to notice. They began to whisper, "Have you seen? The twins. They both like that stranger. This will end in trouble. Two hearts cannot hold one man without pain." But strangely, there was no trouble, at least not yet. Mary and Martha loved each other deeply. They had grown up sharing everything: food, clothes, secrets. And now, without speaking it aloud, they shared the same love for Daniel. One moonlit night, the twins sat together grinding maize. The crickets sang in the grass, and the smell of roasting yam filled the air. Martha spoke first. "Mary, tell me the truth. Do you love Daniel?" Mary's hands slowed on the grinding stone. She looked at her sister, her voice barely a whisper. "Yes, I do. But you? You also love him." Martha laughed softly. "It is true. My heart chooses him." They sat in silence for a long time. Then Mary took Martha's hand. "We are twins. We must not let this love destroy our bond. Let us tell him together and let him choose." The next day, under the shade of the Irako tree, the twins told Daniel everything. They stood before him, holding hands, their hearts pounding. Daniel listened without speaking. Finally, he said, "I cannot choose one of you. I love you both, but not in the same way. Mary, you calm my soul like the cool river after the sun's heat. Martha, you set my spirit on fire like the festival drums. You are two halves of a whole." The twins were silent. The villagers, who had secretly gathered nearby, waited for Daniel's decision. Then something strange happened. Daniel smiled and said, "I will not marry one and leave the other. I will marry you both, if your hearts agree, and we will live as one family." The villagers gasped. In Riverstone, it was unheard of for a man to marry twin sisters. Some elders frowned, others nodded slowly. Mary and Martha looked at each other. They thought of all they had shared since birth, and how their lives had always been tied together. At last, they both smiled. "We agree," they said in unison. And so, with the blessing of their parents and the approval of the village council, a grand wedding was held. Drummers played, dancers filled the square, and the whole village came to witness the union that would be told for generations. Mary, Martha, and Daniel built a home at the edge of the river. Mary's gentle ways brought peace to the household, and Martha's fiery spirit brought laughter and life. They lived without jealousy, raising children together and tending to their farm. To this day, old storytellers in Riverstone say that the gods themselves smiled on the twins, for they had turned what could have been a bitter rivalry into a bond that amazed all who saw it. And when the children of the village ask, "Can two hearts love one man without hatred?" the elders reply, "Go to the river's edge at sunset. You will see two women still side by side, and one man between them, laughing like the first day they met."